What's up, YouTube? It's Yugioh Asian here with another spicy deck profile for you guys. So this is gonna be my competitive version of the Dark Magician deck for the February 2018 format, or ban list format. So yeah, hope you guys like it and enjoy. Yep. Just put my extra deck aside, and I'll put my. Sorry, I don't have a camera holder. Put my deck over here. All right. So we are running the triple Dark Magician. This is pretty standard if you're running a Dark Magician deck. To be honest, if you're not running three Dark Magicians in this deck, then there's no point in running it. Next, we're running probably the best monster in the deck is the triple Apprentice Illusion Magician. She's just great for versatility and a utility at the same time because she's not only an honest and a tricky, but she's also like a Stratos because she can also search for your Dark Magician. So that's why I'm not running Illusion Magic in this deck. First of all, because I'm gonna have room, and second of all, she does all the work. So yeah. Next is the Magician's Rod. He is, in my opinion, the second best monster in the deck because he's the searcher of any of the magic and dark, magic and trap card that has Dark Magician in his name. So yeah, triple Magician's Rod is a must-have. Double Magician and Dark Illusion. Now I see some people cut this down to one or not at all, but I prefer two just because it adds like a extra Dark Magician name in the deck, and I am running one eye to my. So yeah, some people I see cut it because it doesn't work for them, but I just prefer one. Next, we're running the Spellbook engine because it adds a lot of draw power in the deck. So yeah, you must run a Blue Boy, or I believe you should run one Blue Boy. And because Maxi is banned, we are now running triple Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring because it is pretty much the best hand trap in the deck, and it's solo tuner. But the thing is, I'm not running any synchro monsters because, to be honest, you don't really need your extra deck at all. You only need a couple of monsters in the extra deck. So yeah, this is all my monsters. It's a 15 monster count. So yeah. Next, we're running are the spells. I have triple Dark Magical Circle, probably the best spell card in the deck. Just because it allows you to like banish cards on your opponent's side of the field. And not only that, it's also like a searcher for Dark Magician cards. So yeah. Second of all, we are running the double Spellbook of Knowledge. Just because of the draw power that it adds in the deck. One sec, I'm trying to. Alright. Double Spellbook of Knowledge also comes with the double Spellbook of Secrets. Spellbook of Knowledge is pretty much the pot of greed in the deck, and Spellbook of Secrets is a searcher for the deck. And also it gives first turn Dark Magic Inheritance ability to use. So yeah. So you gotta run this ratio. I like the 2-1-2-2. It works really well in the deck. So yeah, triple pod duality. You can run two pod duality, but I prefer three because it searches for key cards. Most of the time, you're gonna be special summoning your opponent's turn anyways. So that's why I decided to bump this up to 3. You can take one out for one Allure of Darkness if you want, but in this deck, I prefer 3 of them. So yeah, 3 of them because it searches for the cards that you need, the key cards that you need. Okay, so this may be a little different. I am running 2 card demises in the deck. 2 card demises. It's a really good card. If you don't have any cards in your hand, which happens quite often. I wouldn't say too often, but often for the deck. That's why I'm running 2 card demises. You can draw 3 cards and just ditch the ones that you don't need, especially the Dark Magician, since you can just revive it with Eternal Soul. So yeah, I've been playtesting this and it works out great. So I recommend you guys try 2, 3 maybe. I think 3 is a little cloggy, but 2 works well in the deck. Here we go, Dark Magic Inheritance. Yeah, it's easy to use now because of the Spellbook of Secrets and the Spellbook of Secrets and Knowledge spell cards, because it piles up your graveyard with spell cards, so it's easy access. And Monster Reborn, a newly unbanned card. I'm so glad it went at least limited. So yeah, Monster Reborn, because it can bring back any card. It's the OG Monster Reborn, so I'm pretty glad. Monster Reborn is just useful probably in almost any deck. And the last but not least one, I have Timaeus. I'm still running one. In my extra deck, I do have a Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. It doesn't hurt to run one, to be honest, but some people do cut it. If you do cut it, then I could recommend running, I don't know, some other draw power card like Wander One or another Allure of Darkness, or maybe another Spellbook of Secrets for easy access to Spellbook of Knowledge. So yeah, I do not like what was that card? Pot Desires in this deck. It does not work well. Basically, because the fact that there's so many key essential cards you need in this deck that you do not have the luxury of banishing. So that's one of the reasons why I do not run Pot of Desires in this deck. Plus, it's a 40 card deck, and you need almost every single card in the deck for it to function well. So yeah, that is the spells. I believe it's 3, 6, 9, 10, 15, 15 spells, I believe. So, or I may be wrong. Yeah, it's 15 spells. Yeah. And now the traps should be 10 trap cards in the trap lineup. We are still running triple Eternal Soul. This is pretty standard at this point, to be honest. It's the Monster Reborn, but it is a double-edged sword. If it gets destroyed by like an MST or Twin Twister or something like that, then you're pretty much screwed unless you have a backup plan to protect your Eternal Soul. So yeah, it does better. It's better than its worst. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it has more usefulness than it's harmful to your deck, is what I'm trying to say. And now I am running only two Magician Navigation. And here's my reasoning. I don't run 3 because I believe late game you won't need the third one. Most of the time in the meta decks or duels that you go to competitively, you're not gonna last till 3 rounds of, or not 3 rounds, but you're not gonna last in time to use a third Magician's Navigation. So since this is a competitive deck format, I'm only running 2. It has 2 abilities, 2 effects, you could say, which is very useful in the deck. The one that negates spells and traps, and also bringing out 2 beat sticks at the same time, like a Dark Magician and Dark Illusion, in one single turn. And the good thing is that you can chain it and bring it out on your opponent's turn as well. So yeah. Now I am running something a little different that you guys might not see. Double Torrential Tribute. I am running Torrential Tributes because of Solemn Strikes in this build, due to the fact that, first of all, yeah, it doesn't cost any life points, and second of all, it's like a nuking. It has a nuking ability that acts like a Raigeki and a Dark Hole on your opponent's turn, and it does more. It has more benefits than it's harmful because of Eternal Soul, basically. So you have Dark Magicians in the field, right? And you activate, and your opponent like makes a big board. You can easily activate Torrential Tribute. That's why I'm so glad it's not limited anymore. I believe it was limited, and now it's like unlimited. You can run 3 of them. So yeah, that's why it's protect your Dark Magicians, and Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, probably will be protected by the Eternal Soul when you activate Torrential Tribute when your opponent makes a big board, and you can pretty much push for game after that. So that's why I'm running Torrential Tributes instead of the double Solemn Strikes that I usually do, and it works out great. So I suggest you guys try that. One Solemn Warning, it's kind of a staple, to be honest. Solemn Judgment, which is the newly unbanned card, is now limited in the deck. This card comes in clutch, to be honest. Which is why I'm running this card instead of Strikes as well. It negates anything. Using it at the right time will shut down your opponent and lock them down and win games. Last but not least, probably the best spell card in the deck is Skill Drain. Oh my goodness, this card is just so overpowered in this deck. Not overpowered, but it's just so powerful in the deck that you must absolutely run 1. If it becomes unlimited, I would definitely run 3, due to the fact that it just locks down and shuts down your opponents when you have Circle and Eternal Soul in the field. this card in the field is pretty much a 90% win rate, to be honest. So yeah, it's a 40 card deck. I believe it's 10 traps, if I remember right. Yep, it is 10 traps. So yeah, hope you guys like the main deck. And now moving on to the extra deck. I'm running pretty much the same, not the same, but I did add a Firewall Dragon because it's now limited and it's still powerful. But to be honest, most of the time I don't go into links that much. The main one I usually go into is Link Spider. You can do like an Eternal Soul loop with this Link Spider combo. And I believe I show you guys that either my last two videos about the Dark Magician deck profile or the last video. Or maybe both. I don't know. But most of the time I usually go into Link Spider. Next is Dark Magician Dragon Knight, because you are running Ayatamaya's Dark Paladin for dragons, and you can pretty much OTK with this card and Amulet Dragon. I usually don't even go into this monster. Most of the times, either these two. So yeah, those are my fusions. And for the exceeds, one Phantom Knight Break Sword, because you can make him a rod. Norito, because you can make it with the Princess Illusion Magician. Hierophant, because he's a Heavy Storm / Harpy's Feather Duster. Ebon, I cut one of the Ebon illusions out for a Hierophant. So yeah, I have one left. He's still pretty useful. He's mainly the one I go into if I exceed, and you mainly only need one because the game won't last as long. Ebon most of the time. The Ebon High, he's the worst version in my opinion of Ebon Illusion. Number 11, Big Eye. He's like a change of heart. Controls anything if you can get over big monsters. And last but not least, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon to burn for game where your opponents have pretty low life points. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and leave in the comments below any tips, suggestions, changes I should make. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I hope to see you all next time. That Yugioh Asian signing out. Peace, y'all.